Hey everybody, Ben here. I felt like it was finally time that I couldn't avoid doing another vlog to update you all on what's been going on, like in my life, with the channel and everything, because there's been a lot of gaps in my schedule lately, and I realized that. So, basically, it's become much later in the summer than I had realized, and so I've got a lot of stuff going on in life in general that's keeping me very, very busy. The biggest of which, of course, is that myself and my family, are moving. We're not moving very far. It's just to like the next, to a smaller town. That's just like the next town or two over, whatever. It's only like 20 minutes from where we live now. But we're moving to basically to get into a better school district for my daughter, who's going to be starting school. And it's not for about a year, but we wanted to make sure we can get in where we wanted to live. So yeah, that's that part of my life. I'll be moving in the next 2 weeks. Will be the bulk of the moving, and then obviously after that will be unpacking and so on. But I will in the new place. The new place is an apartment. I live in a condo now, but we're dumping this place. That's a whole mess. But so we're gonna get an apartment, and I will have like a small den office area for my computer stuff, so that's going to be great. Won't have to really worry too much about like schedules, having people sleeping nearby or anything like that. So I should be able to, once I'm moved, shouldn't have any problem getting time to record and get back to my what I'm trying to have my schedule be. Another thing that's been keeping me busy through this whole summer, and will continue to do so, of course, is vacations. I love vacations, so I'm not complaining or anything, but have had a vacation for what was it, like a month ago. Had like a week vacation. This last weekend we were out of town visiting family. Coming up Labor Day, which for those international viewers is this year's the last weekend in August. And the Monday after that last weekend in August, that's Labor Day. So it's a long weekend. I'll be going out of town with some friends. Should be a ton of fun. So all of that's going to be, messing up my schedule here and there too, I'm sure. Let's see, what else has been going on this week, keeping me super busy and just stressed in general. Well, this visiting family this last weekend, my daughter got sick. Had to take her to the doctor because it's apparently like the croup, which, I don't know, for those of you who, I'm sure as many of you, may not have kids. It's like when your airway in your lungs like swells almost shut, and it's just like every breath is just like like, that was a surprisingly good impersonation of the sound that was making, so she had to go to the doctor for that, get an actual prescription to take down that swelling. It's like actually in the bronchial tubes, so it can be serious, but she's doing much better since we got the prescription for her. So yeah, that's something been going the last few days. Kind of just have to hang out and watch movies with my daughter. She wants to have somebody near her, so that's she's getting better, so I gotta stop saying so. And the last thing I can mention, real life wise, is work for me. It's kind of a lot more stressful lately, and that's due to the fact that we had a meeting wherein it was communicated to everyone in my group, in my area of the company, that upper management apparently really likes the overseas staffing, and so that makes it sound like they may not like us as much, and so everybody's kind of a little bit on edge, and really all of a sudden it's like not sure, like, well, does that mean our jobs are disappearing and stuff? Yeah, it's a mess. It's extra stress. So, yeah, I got that on my mind as well. I don't know if I'm going to TMI here, but thought I'd give everybody a heads up as to what's been going on for me. Now to more relevant stuff. Let's see, we got that out of the way in about 5 minutes. Cool. More relevant stuff to the channel. Talk about the game series that I got going on and what I'd like to have going on, see where I can get things straightened out more. First of all, the Portal 2 co-op. Got more of that coming. playing with Raytech. We just actually got recorded through, finished up all of the included in the game co-op missions. So those will be going up over the next roughly a week. You see the end of that. But he and I are going to be continuing Portal 2 co-op because there's a ton of community levels and stuff out there. It's going to be great. We're having a great time. There's no reason to stop now. There's plenty more content. Another game, let's see, BioShock Infinite. That one, I feel like I'm getting close to the end. And I really think I'm right this time. But I just have to be careful because I have a tendency to fall for it in a game when I've been playing and I'm not keeping track of how long I've been playing. I'll be going through and be like, oh great, oh we're coming up in the end here, wow, this is wrapping everything up, and I'll totally miss where they're going to throw that curveball in, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not even halfway done. So I'm pretty sure I'm right this time in BioShock Infinite. Looking at my playtime and whatnot, that should be wrapping up soon. I'm gonna estimate a couple of weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks would be my guess at this point, sticking with the current schedule. And once that wraps up, I've had at least one person, but I've seen a couple of things to get back to some Kerbal Space Program, which I am more than happy to do. Just need the time, but that's because Kerbal Space Program it was a couple of weeks ago now, I guess, had the had an update where they released contracts, and so this means contracts and money and purchasing parts as part of your space program. So that can make things really quite interesting. So I'll probably be getting back into that once I wrap up BioShock Infinite, and I'll have to start over because I'm not going to mess with trying to keep my save game and port over to have contracts and stuff. Let's see, what's the next game? Look at my notes here. We got, Factorio. I'm still loving the Factorio. It's been nudged down the priority list slightly, but I definitely want to keep playing that, keep putting out episodes. And yeah, it's just been, like I said, been pushed back on the priority list a little bit, but it'll still be there. The Stanley Parable, and I know in my last recording of that I said like, oh, I got all these endings I can go back to. Well, I finally decided I needed to have a little bit of just a teeny bit of an edge on knowing how much content was actually left in the game, and it looks like there's really only about, maybe, I can't remember exactly, I just kind of glanced, they had like a little flow chart that I found online of the endings, because I just wanted to get a ballpark idea. So there's maybe only about a total of 10 different endings that can come out of that. So I will go back, I'm going to play at least a few more. I can tell you, I'm definitely not going to do the 4 hours of saving the baby. That's nuts. There's a video on YouTube already. Someone did it. They automated it. So you can look that one up if you want to see what happens with that one. Feel free. I'm not going to sit there or code up a script to play that for me for 4 hours. Been done. But Stanley Parable, I will be getting back to a number of other endings. Hopefully if I can figure out how. There's a couple of ideas I have that I wanted to try, and I might cut those into just maybe 1 or 2 more episodes. It's not a super long game, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. So that'll have a few more episodes coming up. Another series that's been pushed. When I say Factorio got nudged down the priority list, this is like whoa off the page, and that's Agrarian Skies. I'm having a really good time with that. Love Minecraft still, but it's kind of like I did the bee stuff, which was good. I learned more about the forestry bees and stuff like that. But it's a few too many mods for me. I'm not really interested in having to become a human encyclopedia of all of these different mods and stuff and how they work. So I'm gonna be still kind of like pinging at that here and there, but that one's kind of gradually falling off, I think. It's just a case of it's not really grabbing my interest as much anymore. And I mean, not to these are all just my current ones. These are not to mention like stuff that I randomly see that's like, oh, I'd love to play that kind of thing. There's actually a couple of what do we got? Like, oh, and here, this is one that's been sitting on my desktop forever, and I know it's been done, but it's a game that I really like. It's Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe, Open TTD. Really cool game. I love trains. I love scheduling trains and building tracks. I'd love to do that sometime, but it's kind of just fallen off. Of course, we still got Timber and Stone, which I could jump back into. I kind of would like to wait for the next update on it, but it's always sitting there on the sideline. 7 Days to Die, they've had a bunch of updates, but it's again one of those that's kind of like floating out there. There's this nebulous blob of games that I would like to play that I don't have time to play, and they just float around, and different ones kind of rise to the top occasionally. It's like, oh, I think I want to play that one. Kerbal Space Program's currently in there, and that's the one that's like, oh, update, had an update, looks really cool, I want to get back to that. I want to float it up to the top, so as soon as I have room, I'll pluck it from... I'm doing too much gestures here. I'll pluck it from the top of that little nebulous blob and slot it into my schedule somewhere. Am I rambling enough? Last series that I wanted to mention specifically is the Gaming with Ben, my channel's community server, which I have, even as I'm speaking, I've already recorded an episode of just touring, looking at what's changed. It's been crazy. You know, the amount of stuff that's changed and been built since I was last on there. I just have so much going on, I couldn't sign on, and I say in the tour video as well, but I want to say a big thank you to the admin and moderator team, the people I have on there. They, like, I didn't even talk to them. It was kind of like, oh, I'm going on vacation, I'm not going to be on much, and I'm not sure when I'll be back on much. I'll be here and there. And you guys... just you pretty much knocking it out of the park. Like, you know, everybody just stepped up. They're taking care of things. They're taking care of the other players. They're, you know, building, you know, other entities that spawn. And I even heard there's a community event being run without me even being there, which I super appreciate, you guys. I'm trying to definitely dedicate a little more time to being on there, you know, like a regular rotation, because I love the idea of being able to play Minecraft with the community, and in order to make that work, I have to be there more because I can't have so many things change every time I come on. So I will try to get that community server back into my regular rotation of playing at regular intervals. It's, like I said, it's all a balancing act at this point, so we'll see. Definitely check out the tour video, which should be coming out in a day or two after this vlog. So yeah, definitely get out there and check that out. There's a ton of stuff to see, and I found, like, in the 3 minutes after I stopped the recording, and it was just flying like back towards spawn. It was like, just found a ton more stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh, I could do a whole nother 20-minute video. There's so much stuff on there. I cannot believe it, you know. So thank you to the admin team, and thank you so much to the community and the players who've jumped on there and are building that place and making it just an awesome server. When I hopped on and I was recording, even, I had a handful of people who were online and just saying that it's a great server, and it's really, you know, I kind of like gave it a little push, and all you administrators and players, you're the ones who are making it the great place. So I'm super excited. Have I gushed enough on that one? So with that, I think that wraps up the main things I wanted to talk about. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and you can go ahead and call me on it being a big old lie. I'm gonna try to do more vlogs. It's really, like, this is almost, what, 2 minutes of prep. I typed up a handful of notes to make sure I didn't miss things if they were important, and I just ramble on. Right? How easy is that? I gotta do this more. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it, am I? It just doesn't happen. Actually, it's a good question. Good question. I have a smartphone, you know. I can do video pretty much wherever. It might not be green screened or super high quality audio or whatever, I'm interested. If anybody is even at all wondering or would like to see more vlogs from me, especially around the time with moving and stuff, like, I guess I hadn't really considered about, like, showing my house and where I live and where I'm moving and everything. Like, I don't know, is that something anybody would be interested in? I mean, I guess I could definitely do more vlogs. I can have to get used to the whole dude walking down the street talking to his smartphone. Where's, oh, my phone, here it is. Just talk like, hey, yeah, it's Benny. I'm walking down the street. I'm just talking to my screen. Yeah, you ever seen people do that? I have not. But you know, some of those vloggers out there on YouTube, they do it. They have to. It's the only way to. Or the people who drive. Man, I think I'd get in an accident. I'd be too busy worried about, like, am I in frame? Am I gesture? Am I pointing to something like this? And you're like, what is it? Am I pointing? I could be doing this. I could be doing. All right, now I'm just getting goofy. So thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna just leave it unedited, uncut. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you around. Let me know if you want to see more vlogs of random crap in my life. Bye.